All right, everybody. So we're back on day two. All right, everybody. So we're back on day two of geometry. I just woke up. I just had my coffee. I'm ready to do some math on this nice sunny morning in Seoul. Yeah. I don't know about the air quality today, but it sure is nice and bright outside. Anyway, we're just carrying on with geometry. Before I get into this, I just wanted to kind of talk about this website that I'm using a little bit. So this is Khan Academy. It's kind of well known in some circles, I guess. And I think it's just a pretty amazing website. Like, if you look at, these are all the courses that are available. You see that? Like, it's pretty wild. Now, everything on this website is totally free. You can like donate to the website, but it's like a non-profit thing. So, it's just pretty wild that this exists. Like, they've been around for like 10 years, and they're constantly sort of updating their curriculums and their technology and stuff. So, it just keeps getting better. And yeah, you see here. So, they've got like math for youngsters, like elementary school math, and like get ready courses. So these are like more aimed at like younger people, obviously. And then they've got like math, high school, and college. I'm kind of like here, I guess. You can see there's some percentages. Now, I just recently realized that the way I'm doing this, these math courses, is that like if I go to the math, this is the math section, you see some of these are actually organized in, what do you call it, like into actual like little courses based on equivalent grades or something like that. But then there's like these sort of broader categories like arithmetic, basic geometry, pre-algebra. And these are just, I think, like basically all the lessons from like basically just collections of like all the content that they have on these topics. So I'm actually using these sort of broader categories to study, which is kind of interesting. So it's maybe not as structured as it would be if I was taking one of these like, graded courses or something like that. But it's kind of interesting. So here we are. This is where I am, basic geometry. But of course, math is not the only thing you can study on this website. If we go back up to the top, I can actually show you my course list. There's my learner home. And, you'll see I'm actually studying a lot of stuff on here. I can't stay away. So, we've got like, college art history. Like, I never learned art history, really. So, and, so this was actually one of the first courses I took. And I'm actually like halfway through it. I haven't finished it yet, but I've retained a lot of the stuff that I've studied. So, the most remarkable thing is just the quality of these courses. The art history course, the AP, that's like a college prep, I believe. It's not what it stands for, but I can't remember what it stands for. It's an American thing, but they've paired with I think this art museum, which I can't remember the name of, and like there's like the Smart History Project for, I can't remember which museum offers that. Actually, let's just look it up. Smart History. Let's see. Oh, it's these guys. Yeah. Okay, it's not tied specifically to a museum, I guess. But anyway, they paired up with these guys, another non-profit organization, which is more concerned with teaching art history and they sort of paired with these guys and made this course in conjunction as a sort of joint project. So it's quite robust. They talk about a lot of content, a lot of readings too. Some of the readings are like 60 pages. It's like being in university. It's like taking a sort of a first year college art history course. It's really cool, and it's free, and you can go at your own pace. I think there's tests that you can take if you want to, but they're optional. I'm not sure about that, but that's really cool. And then so there's the basic geometry course we're working through together, or if you're watching me. And there's also computer programming, which I'm doing. I'm actually down here. Last night I was looking at the JavaScript drawing and animation, but I'm actually down in SQL. This is like an introductory course to computer programming. I'm actually trying to learn computer programming. I've been doing that for a pretty long time. I'm just taking this course as kind of a refresher, and also because they just explain things really well. It's like they really go over the basics really nicely, so that's good. And then there's also computer science here. They got algorithms, cryptography, information theory. This is the kind of high-level stuff that I don't think I'm quite ready for yet, so I'm going to try to finish this course and then take this course. Down here we have entrepreneurship. This is basically just a video, like sort of course where they just interview a bunch of famous, or not famous, but successful entrepreneurs. Maybe some of them are famous. And I don't know, I haven't watched that yet. I'm not sure if I want to be an entrepreneur, but it could be interesting. I am working my way through macroeconomics. Again, these are all like in sort of bite-sized pieces, so it probably looks like I'm studying way too many things. I understand that, but it's all about how much time you kind of spend on each thing a day, right? This art history course I've actually put on ice until maybe I finish, computer programming or something. Macroeconomics, I'm just studying out of curiosity. I never really learned economics either. Seems like these days people are trading in stocks a lot. That's not necessarily directly related to economics, but certainly is related to some degree. Corona, or COVID-19, as it is most commonly called in the West, has, kind of really messed up the economy and maybe changed a lot of things about the economy. So I think understanding the economy in this day and age might be beneficial. So I'm slowly working through that. Got personal finance. I haven't even started this course yet. I just kind of put this here, as something to do later. Most people know a thing or two about personal finance, especially at my age. I'm 34 at the moment. I know some things, but, I figured you could always learn more, right? So that's good. And we got world history. I haven't touched that yet either. I'm a huge history guy. I know a lot of history already. In fact, my major in university was East Asian Studies, which was a lot of history. There's also philosophy and what else? Like geopolitics and media studies. A little bit of art history. It was a very eclectic field, and you could kind of choose what you wanted to specialize in. So, I've always been interested in history, so I just thought, sometime in the future it might be fun to go through that. So I'm not studying all of this at the same time. That would be a little crazy, I think, especially considering I'm also trying to become like a developer, software developer. But that's actually one of my main motivations for studying math. Math is a little bit special in all of this because I really, like, it was really a something that I was sort of stuck on, I guess, in terms of, like, in my school days when I was younger in public school. I just never really got comfortable with math. And I guess there was this one story where in high school, what did I do? I had tried to do functions and relations, failed miserably, and I think my teacher realized I didn't even have the prerequisite for that. So that's like basically like a pre-calculus course. So they kicked me out, and I had to go to this course called Workplace Math, which was basically like personal finance, and I was like totally not interested in that, and a lot of the people in my class who were also mostly people who didn't understand math were kind of just put there. They were also mostly not interested in studying, so the class was pretty chaotic. I almost feel bad for the teacher because but the teacher took pity on me, perhaps because I was one of the more well-behaved students, and decided to just kind of pass me, despite my extreme ineptitude. So, basically, I was just kind of allowed to never take math again, and kind of just continue on my merry way. So, thank you, teacher. Unfortunately, that means I never really learned math, even at a basic level. So that is why I'm now studying, and of course, I'm trying to learn programming. I've made some progress in that, but because my math skills are so limited, it really does kind of limit, I think, the degree to which I can understand, coding or the logic of coding and stuff like that. So I thought, hey, Khan Academy's got all these free math courses all the way up to like linear algebra. Like, why don't I just try to get there? And so here we are. So let's get stuck in. I'm here telling you my life story, but I figured I should probably just explain why I'm doing this and what this Khan Academy website is all about. So yeah, check it out if you want to learn something. They might have what you're looking for. Their computer science course is also really good. I've already worked through that. Okay, so anyway, we're at angle types today. So, look, I've got some videos to watch, actually. So, before we get into the exercises, I'll watch those, and then I'll be right back. Oh, hey, everybody. We're back with the angle types review. So, this is just like a review of all the videos I just watched. I just wanted to point out, like last recording, I think there was some thumping sound on the microphone. I think it was because it was sitting on like this table I'm using, which is a little unstable. So I think every time I moved the mouse, it made like this thumping sound. This is also a very sensitive microphone. Still trying to sort of figure out how to get the best sound quality out of it, but in any case, let's get in here. So, this really basic stuff, summary of angle sizes. There's like acute angles. I actually remember studying this in elementary school, although, it was pretty nebulous. But yeah, so acute angles are between 0 and 90. So they're like little angles. We'll see examples of this. Right angle is exactly 90 degrees. Obtuse between 90 and 180. So these are like wide angles, I guess. Not in the photography sense, obviously. Straight, exactly 180. Okay. So a right angle is 90 degrees. There's a right angle. I think most people know this. A right angle is in the shape of a perfect corner, like the corner of a rectangular sheet of paper. Below is an example of a right angle, so that's cool. Straight angles, 180. That's like 180 degrees. It's just a line, basically. The straight angle is a 180 degree angle. A straight angle looks like a straight line. Below is an example. Yeah, so there it is. There's an acute angle. An acute angle is an angle whose degree measure is less than 90 degrees. There it is. When we compare an acute angle to a right angle, we can see that an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. So that's very obvious, yes. Obtuse, there's an obtuse. An obtuse angle is an angle whose degree measure is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180. Okay, yes. When we compare an obtuse angle to a right angle, we can see that an obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees. Yeah, so I know that I sort of know this already. This is mostly review, I guess. So, I'm not really learning anything new at this point, but when we compare an obtuse angle to a straight angle, we can see that an obtuse angle is less than 180 degrees. Yeah, okay, cool. So let's just do some practice here. So is the following angle acute, right, obtuse, or straight? Well, that's acute. It's a cute little angle. I remember my my grade 10 teacher, I think, telling me that. So there we go. Next question. What is it? Yeah, okay, that's obviously obtuse. Yeah, this is not very challenging. Following angle, that's a right angle, yes. So, yeah, just a second here. Alright. Okay, so we're back. Actually, my wife just needed to heat up her lunch, so I had to pause. I live in a very small apartment, so everything is kind of just most things are all in the same room, so I don't have like a dedicated recording space for this, unfortunately, but someday maybe. Anyway, so we're back with practice set 2, angles and diagrams and images. Again, this is pretty easy stuff, but this is a little more interesting. We're looking at like images now. So what is that? I guess this could be useful for, graphic design or something. Again, very basic stuff. So this is okay, there's the angle. What is that? Well, that's an acute angle because it's less than 90 degrees. That's correct. What type of angle? Oh, let's go to the next question. Sorry I keep moving around. Hopefully I'm not nauseating you or anything. Which of the angles in the diagram are obtuse angles? Well, that's interesting. What is this? 1, 2, 3. Oh, right, up here. This is the diagram, obviously. Okay, obtuse angles. Well, 3, 1, and then 2 and 4 are acute, so it's 3 and 1. So 1 and 3. That's correct. Yeah, easy. All right, I'm fairly confident with this. I'm not getting any anxiety from doing this. Okay, and what type of angle is okay, it's an obtuse. Alright, cool. Easy peasy. Okay, and now we've got drawing angle types. Drag the vertex, so that's the starting point, to place the vertex at point A, drag another point on the angle to make one of the rays, so that's one of the emanating lines from the vertex, to go through point B. Make the other ray go through one of the unlabeled black points to create a straight angle. Okay, sorry, I gotta read that again. Drag. Okay, so let's put the vertex at A. Okay, there we go. It says drag another point to the angle to make one of the rays go through point B. Okay, dupe. That's pretty easy. And make the other ray go through one of the unlabeled black points to create a straight angle. Oh, okay. Straight angle is 180 degrees. It's just like a line. And that's correct. And what's next? Drag the vertex. See, it's so tempting because I know this stuff to just kind of blast through the question, and then you kind of miss essential information, and then you get the question wrong, despite the fact that you obviously know it. So sometimes it's the easy stuff that's actually harder to get right because you're like, I know this already. Anyway, drag the vertex of the angle to place the vertex at point A. Okay. So again, here we are. Drag another point of the angle to make one of the rays go through point B. There we go. That's pretty easy. And make another ray go through one of the unlabeled black points to create a right angle. Ooh, it's a right angle. It's definitely not a right angle. Oh, and look at that. That's, no. That's no good. Okay, this is obvious. Oh, okay. There's this guy down here. That's still not a right angle, though. Okay. Interesting. So again, this is embarrassing. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's the right angle. Yes. Sometimes it takes a second, you know? Even with the easy stuff. Okay. Again, it's been a while. Okay. And then the next one. Drag the vertex to point A. Let's do that first. And drag another point to the angle to make one of the rays go through point B. There we go. Make the other ray go to the unlabeled points to make an acute angle. Okay, to do this, probably need to... Okay, it's probably this one, right? Okay, there. That's acute, yeah. Acute little angle. There we go. Okay, good. Yeah, simple. And that's it. That's the review. So let's go ahead and do some of the practice guys. So you actually get points for this, and this is like Khan Academy's point system. The points, you can't really do anything with them. You get badges, and I guess it's like a fun little gamification thing. I don't really follow it, but feels good to get that little success screen at the end. So is the following angle acute, right, obtuse, or straight? Oh, it's acute. Yeah, okay, we can probably go through this pretty fast. What type of angle is LMN? LMN. Well, that's an obtuse angle. Very obtuse. Again, we have the M. That's always the vertices. The vertices is always in the middle of the angle designation. Cool. QRS. That's a straight angle, my friend. Cool. And right angle. Yeah. Alright. Easy. So again, this is like the kind of beginning of this course. It's not very challenging for me specifically. Types of angles by measure. Okay. So this is actually a little trickier for me once the numbers get involved. Concepts, no problem. Numbers, numbers are a little scary for me. That's okay. So which of the following could be its measure? BCD is an acute angle. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. So obviously it's going to be 89 degrees because a right angle is 90, of course. There you go. PQR measures 28 degrees. What type of angle is it? Must be acute, right? There we go. MNO is an acute angle. Which of the following could be its measure? Well, it has to be A because that's less than 90. 90 is, of course, a right angle. What type of angle is it? DEF is a 90-degree angle, so it must be a right angle. All right angles are 90 degrees. Great. Okay. Yeah, no problem, right? And recognize angles in figures. This will be a little fun. We got some pictures going here. Look at this door. What type of angle is highlighted? Is the highlighted angle below? So this is obviously very simple, but this kind of illustrates like, maybe things you have to think about when you're like building stuff, like in engineering, for example. Like these concepts are important and they're used every day to make stuff. We couldn't really make things reliably without mathematics, right? And I think that's one of the things that I've sort of realized recently in my life is that most hard skills in the world require math to some degree. Whether it's like, if you're doing graphic design, like you need to be aware of, pixel counts and you know, image sizes and stuff like that. I mean, that's, again, like, you're not doing like calculus when you do that, but it's I mean, it's pretty practical, but you know, it's important, right? If you don't have a number sense, which I didn't, it's quite difficult to sort of reliably produce quality things, and whether virtually or physically. So good to keep that in mind. Okay, so, well, that's a right angle, obviously. It's what's the right angle there? Which of the angles in the diagram are obtuse angles? That would be C and A. Yeah. Alright, yeah, again, I can pretty much figure that out just by looking at it. What type of angle is A? That's an obtuse. It's big and wide. What type of angle is the highlighted image below? That's pretty interesting. Again, like, you know, you can see this is like an illustration, right? And, you know, like any artist, I guess, will probably tell you that, you know, when you're learning how to draw, you know, you need to be aware of the shapes in the side of the image. There is a science to it to some degree. Although you can be an excellent artist intuitively, that is also possible, and many people are. But if you understand shapes and lines, art can be a little bit easier to sort of understand. So that's interesting. Something I learned in the art history course, actually. So choose one answer. Okay, that's an obtuse. Yeah, okay. Cool. Dun 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 dun. Great. Okay. Benchmark angles. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I know what a benchmark is, but I guess we'll find out. Which is the closest? Oh, this is interesting. Which is closest to the measure of the marked angle in the shape? Oh, yes. Okay, so this is stuff that I'm tricky with. Like, estimation has always been a weak point. Okay, but, you know, we can guess. This is obviously an obtuse angle, so it's larger than 90 degrees. We know that. It's not 180, because 180 is a straight line, so it must be 135. There we go. Oh, and then this is pretty simple. Okay. Well, no, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. See if I can do this. So obviously this is 90 degrees, because it's a right angle. So this one is obviously not 135. This looks like the closest. Oh, and then this is smaller than this one, so yeah, you can sort of reason that that's probably the right order. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Which of these angles has a measure of 270 degrees? Well, let's see. 270. Okay, well, it's 180 is a straight line, so we know that. So we can use that to kind of guess. This looks pretty close to 180, so this is probably not 270, remembering that a full circle is 360 degrees. Here we have, look at this. Ooh. That's a pretty big angle, so that's probably this one. And I'm sure, like, you could do calculations to figure this out, because this is obviously, like, 3/4 of a circle, right? Is that right? 3/4? Yeah. 3/4 of a circle. So maybe, you know, if you add another 90 degrees to that, you get 360. Yeah, and there you go. See, I took the arithmetic course, so my number sense is heightened. I can do that simple calculation in my head now. Which, you know, honestly, I could not have done confidently before. Anyway, which of these is closest to the measure of the angle? Okay, there's the angle there, so it's important to look at that circle. Well, it's obviously not 90 degrees. This is an obtuse angle. It's not 180, because 180 is a straight line, so it must be 135 degrees. And there you go. All right. Carrying on. Look at that, 90. Now we're on to 30. 30 is a little guy. Ooh, look, that's really close, right? So we know that 30 is smaller than, or smaller angle, a more acute angle than 45 degrees. There's 45. And that's not 60. That's a right angle, so that's 90. And then this is a little bit more acute, so that's got to be 60. And I'm correct. Look at that. Which image shows a marked angle? Image, sorry. My nose is a bit stuffy today, so pronunciation is hard. Which image shows a marked angle that measures 60 degrees? Well, let's see. Let's see. This one. Oh, 60 degrees. Right. This guy. Yeah. 60 degrees is definitely an acute angle. Which of these is closest to the measure of the angle? Well. That's probably 30 degrees, right? I mean, nothing else really makes sense. Hooray! Look at that. I love the confetti. It was a juicy design right there. Okay. Alright, so I think this will probably be the last thing I'll do today is the quiz here. Yeah, just, working through this little by little. Okay, 7 to 10 minutes. Probably won't take that long. Which of the following could be its measure? So, as a right angle. Okay, so it's got to be 90 degrees. That's pretty simple. How many 180 angles does it take to make a full turn? 2. Right? 180 plus 180 is 360. Right? Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Alright, which of the angles in the diagram are acute angles? Acute. C and A. C and A. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty comfortable with this. This is 180, that's 90, that's 45, 135. Cool. And what type of angle is it? Oh, it's 135. Okay, so it's an obtuse angle. Definitely not straight. Oh, look at that. Cool. Okay, neat. Yeah, gee. I still have a lot of time left. I guess, do they have, oh, they have a mastery challenge. Okay, so these mastery challenges are interesting. They kind of like, actually I'll show you, quickly. So you see, this is the lines section, right? So you see here, oh, okay, this section doesn't have it. Okay, well anyway, you notice here that they've got these little symbols. And these are like mastery, this is like a mastery diagram. In this particular section, you can just do the tests and it'll say like mastered. Oh, because I did the unit test. Sorry, yeah, so that's why. Right, I did the unit test, I got 100%. But typically, sorry, this is a better example. You see, typically, after you do these little practice sections, the top part is not completed. And to get that, well, you can either do the quiz, which I did already actually, and you can see they're still not filled in, or you can do this little mastery quiz, which is basically a review. So that's another thing. The math section of Khan Academy has these daily reviews you can do, which is really useful because math's a skill, and like most skills, you have to keep using it, otherwise you kind of lose it. And so these mastery challenges are really handy. So this is what we were doing yesterday, right? So construct a 140 degree angle. Alright, so we got a zero guy, we got should be an obtuse angle, right? There we go. Which image shows the correct way to measure an angle with a protractor? Wrong. Yeah, that looks like it could be correct. Yeah, because the vertex is not in the middle. That's why that's wrong. Vertex is in the middle. That's okay. I mean, I think most of us know how to do this. Okay, cool. What is the name for the marked angle that, that's CAD or DAC, but it looks like they're going with CAD. And, yeah, we can do this pretty quickly, I guess. Measure the angle in degrees. Oh, this is, okay, so I have to do some very basic calculation here to just work out the difference between 150 and 130, no, 120, no, sorry, 25 and 150. So, assuming I've understood this correctly, 150 minus 25, well, that's pretty simple. It's a 125. And there we go. Yeah, cool. Construct a 155 degree angle. So we move this in here, we set this to 0, and 155. That's right, yeah. Look at that. Not too difficult here yet. So CPB. Which angle refers to the same angle as CPB? It's this guy. That's CPB, right? Cool. There's the mastery challenge done. So you see I leveled up these 3 skills. Again, really easy stuff, but it feels good, you know? It feels good to do this. It feels like I accomplished something. So that's the UX design, right? Okay. So, let's take a look at, where do we get to? Oh, okay. Yeah, I still have quite a bit of time, so maybe I can actually finish this unit today. Let's see. Well, I'll watch some more videos, and then we'll carry on. Okay. Hello, hello. So, we're back again. I just watched a bunch of videos about complementary angles and supplementary angles, and this is the just the review section. I don't really record the videos because I feel like I don't know, I sort of go over the stuff anyway, and you know, I mean, if you want to take these courses on Khan Academy, you'll be watching the videos. And, you know, I actually need to watch them and kind of pay attention to them, so don't really want to talk over them. Anyway, so here's the review section. So we learned in the video, Sal Khan, the guy who runs Khan Academy, he explained and teaches like a number of the courses. It's kind of incredible, actually. But basically, you got these complementary angles. Sorry, I just zoned out there for a second. So you have, he was explaining in the video complementary angles and supplementary angles. I'm not really sure I fully understood what he meant, so this review is very helpful. Complementary angles. Complementary angles are 2 angles with a sum of 90 degrees. Okay, that's interesting. A common case is when they form a right angle. So here's an example. For example, BXC and CXD are complementary angles in the following diagram. Okay, so the sum is 90 degrees, the total sum of both of these angles. Note that BXD must be a right angle because AXD is a right angle. BXD is a right angle because AXB is a right angle. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because, yeah. Yes. And supplementary angles. Supplementary angles are 2 angles with the sum of 80. So this is complementary and supplementary. See, this is the thing about mathematics, is like, words don't mean the same things they mean in common English. So this is, I think, one of the hard parts about mathematics is really just understanding the terminology. It's kind of like another language, right? It has its own jargon and stuff like that. So that's another part about learning math that you know, you don't really think about when you're a kid, I think. because you just don't have that much life experience. But yeah, so anyway. So yes. Anyway, supplementary angles. Yes, so these are angles. These are two angles with a sum of 180 degrees. A common case is when they lie on the same side of a straight line. So for example, AXD, that's this one here, and DX, sorry, AXD and DXC are supplementary angles in the following diagram. AXD, this one and this one. Okay, so together these, oh yeah, you can see it, right? Because there's the line, there's DXC, and there's AXD, yeah, and so together these would make a 180 degree angle. Okay, so let's see if we can identify these. So practice set 1, identify complementary and supplementary angles. What is the relationship between AXY and YXB? All segments that appear straight are straight. Okay. What is the relationship between, so we got AXY and YXB? Well, those are complementary because that is a 90 degree angle. Like if we're looking at the distance at this angle here. Okay, so complementary, right? Because that's 90 degrees. Yeah, cool. All right. And now I think I already know what the answer is going to be for this one, but we got FPA. The relationship between FPA and FPD. Okay, so that's obviously a supplementary angle. Yeah, there we go. So 180 degrees. Okay. And we've got up here, what is the relationship between DAP? D A P D A. Okay. It's a little tricky. DAP. Huh. I'm having a little trouble like seeing the angle here. DAP. Okay, and well anyway, what is the relationship between DAP and BPD? BPD. Okay, this one I can see. That's pretty easy to see. Are they talking about, I guess they're talking about this angle, right? DAP. Oh yeah, it's like this angle here. BPD is like this angle here. Okay. Okay. If I had to guess what that was, I'd probably say they're complementary, because that looks like they'd be equal to about 90 degrees. Complementary. Let's see. Could be none of the above, though. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go with my gut here. I might be wrong. I'm wrong. Okay, so there you go. Not... Oh, sorry, I meant to say complementary, didn't I? But it's also wrong. Yeah. So, look at that. It looked like maybe this wasn't quite 90 degrees, so, okay. So, obviously, that's right. So, yeah, see. Anyway. Find the missing angle measure. So, if AOC is the right angle, AOC, and AOB is 79 degrees. What is BOC? And BOC, oh, AOC is 79. AOB, no, sorry, AOC is 90, obviously. AOB is 79. So, so we have to figure out the difference here. Oh, what would that be? That'd be like 90 minus 79, right? So, that's pretty easy, right? Just like 11 degrees. Is that 11 degrees? Yes, it is. Okay, great. Cool. And AOC is 180 degrees, yeah. And AOB is 120 degrees. What is BOC? What is BOC? Okay, there's BOC. Okay, so that's 180 minus 120, which is which is 60 degrees, I guess, right? 60? 60. Yeah, nice. Feeling pretty good about that. Like, again, these are very basic calculations, but, you know, I had a really hard time with that stuff before I did the arithmetic section, so it's nice, you know? It feels good to be able to just do that naturally. If LON is 180, that is, because it's a straight angle, and M is oh, and MON is 67 degrees. That's this one here. What is LOM? LOM. So that's what, 180 minus 67. So this is this is a little trickier for me personally. Well, what's 80 minus 67? Well, 80 minus 60 is 20. Minus 7 is 13. So I guess it's 113, unless I'm an idiot. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Nice. That gave me a little bit of anxiety because I wasn't 100% sure there, despite the simplicity of that calculation. But baby steps, you know. Okay, so we finished this review, and I'm just going to watch the vertical angles review, and then I'll come back with the vertical angle. Sorry, I'm going to watch the vertical angles video, and then we'll come back with the vertical angles review, and then we'll just, if there's time, we'll get through these quizzes. I don't think this will take too long. Again, this is pretty rudimentary stuff, so yeah, I'm sure we'll get some challenges later on. All right, so back again. Oh yeah, I gotta close my recorder here. Okay, so I just watched the vertical angles reviews as the last review for this section. So let's just take a look at this again. Like, sometimes when I'm watching the videos, I sort of like zone out a bit. I have ADHD. That's one of the reasons why learning math was quite challenging in the first place. But I'm also dyslexic. It doesn't help with like number patterns and stuff like that. So yeah, more on that later, I guess. But yeah, so sometimes when I'm watching the videos, you know, my mind wanders. Although when I find that when I read things, I tend to retain the information a lot more. I think maybe because reading is like a more active process, whereas like watching a video is more passive. I don't know. Anyway, so these review sections are very useful for me. So vertical angles. Okay, so vertical angles are angles opposite each other where two lines cross. Okay, interesting. For example, AXD, that's AXD, and BXC are vertical angles in the following diagram. So look at that. They're like, kind of, like, yeah. they're like opposite each other, I guess. Yeah, right. Opposite each other. Okay. So I already watched this video. So let's take a look at the practice set. Our APD, so that's APD, and CPD, vertical angles? All segments that appear straight are straight. I guess so, right? Because like APD and CPB are, yeah, they're like opposite each other. So I think they are. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah, so cool. Yes or no question. 50-50. And we got a practice set here. Okay, this is a little more complicated. DYE, and AZB. Are they vertical angles? I'm going to say no, because they're like vertices. They don't have the same vertices, right? Yeah. No. Haha. Okay, good. Well, that was relatively painless. Or totally painless. Use vertical angles to find a missing angle measure. Let's look at an example. What is the measure of angle X? Okay, use vertical angles to find a missing angle. Oh, that's interesting. Well, that's 120. Oh, well, they're opposite, right? So Wouldn't that just be the same? Yeah, right? It's like also 121? I don't know. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. First, let's find the measure of the pink angle. Okay. Oh, okay, this is a little more complicated than I expected, but maybe I was right. The pink and the blue angle add up to 180 because they are adjacent and form a straight line. Oh, they are, yes, that's right. Oh, that's pretty smart. Okay. So yeah. So these, whatever the sum of these two angles is 180 because it's a straight line. Neat. The pink and blue angles add up to 180. Well, I guess and the turquoise one. I guess that's turquoise or green. Because they are adjacent and form a straight line. So the pink angle minus the blue angle is 59 degrees. Okay, so that's 59. And then now we can figure out, because this is also a 180 degree line or angle, we can also figure out now by subtracting 59 from 180 as it says down here. The pink and green angles also add up to 180 because they are adjacent and form a straight line too. Oh, it's so cool. Okay. Again, this is very basic, but it's pretty cool. Like, look at that. It's so simple. So, yeah, that's great. The measure of angle X then is 121. And I was also right in my assumption just from estimating, like, they look like the same angle. So I was correct. Okay, anyway, what is the measure of angle X? Okay, so now we have to do some basic calculations. 72 degrees. Okay, so again, like, this is probably just 72 degrees, but maybe we should work through the problem a little bit. So this is 180, so let's see, well, okay. So 180 minus 72 is 180 minus 72 108, I guess, right? So that's a 108 degree angle. Okay. Oh, right, and I guess, well, okay, no, this doesn't really, maybe we'd have to figure this one out, actually. Right? Yeah, and that's, maybe this, you could go either way, I guess. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure this is 72 degrees anyway, but I just want to make sure that the math works. So, that I understand the math. So, okay, let's assume that this is also, I don't think that's 180 degrees, though, is it? No, it's like, yeah. Okay. I don't really know what I'm doing. Let's just do that, because I can tell just by looking at it. And then we'll go to the next part. And this is the same thing, I guess. But I would like to actually calculate this. So let's just see if I'm right, like, because I don't get any points for these. So if I were to just subtract this from 180, that would give me like 98, right? 102 minus 180 is like 98. Or sorry, 180 minus 102 is 98. And then, so let's assume that's 98. And then 102. Sorry, 100 and, oh my god. This is how my brain works or doesn't work. Okay, so 180 minus, oh, I even just forgot what that was. Oh, 98. 180 minus 98 is 102. So does that 102? Yes, it is 102. Right, there it is. Okay, so that actually works. That's, I guess, the math they want me to do to figure this out. Okay. So I didn't write any of that down, and I know that I was just sort of rambling there, but vocalizing my thinking process, which is full of ADHD. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, so this should be pretty straightforward. Oh, yeah. So, well, I mean, immediately I can tell that these are the same angles, but I kind of want to do the math. So, that's 146, 180 minus 146. Well, it's 80 minus 46. 80 minus 46 would be 30. 30. What? 34, right? Yeah. 34. 80 minus 36. No, sorry, what am I saying? Yeah, 80 minus 46 would be 34. That makes sense. Okay. So 34, I'm just going to write it down here. This is not the answer, but, and then, so, yeah, so then 34 plus 146. Well, whatever. I mean, this really just kind of explains itself, doesn't it? Okay, so I think we have just enough time to get through these exercises. Should be interesting. Maybe I won't be able to get to this section today, but I have to finish up soon. Anyway, let's take a look. So what is the measure of x? Okay, well, this is 180. This is 149. So 180 minus 149 is the same as 80 minus 49. We can simplify that to 80 minus 49. 80 minus 49 would be 31. Am I right? I don't know. I might not be embarrassing if I'm not. I'm right. Okay, great. See, I wasn't sure. Right? This is where I stand. So, what is the measure of x? Okay, this is a right angle, so it's 90 degrees. 90 minus 73 is, 70 minus 90. Sorry, 90 minus 70. See, this is that's the dyslexia maybe. I don't know. Anyway. Yes, I've actually been diagnosed with these things. I'm not self-diagnosing. Not to say that there's anything wrong with that necessarily. But, well, anyway. But, yeah, I have a piece of paper that says that I have ADHD and dyslexia, so... So I know for a fact that these are present elements. What's going on here? Okay, so anyway, back here, 73. 90 minus 73. Right. So, yeah, well, 90 minus 70 is 20. Then minus 3 is 17. Yeah. Right? 17? Okay. Hey, look at that. Okay, that's great. Okay. What is the measure of x? So it's like 180 minus 48. So what is 80 minus 48? Well, 80 minus 40 is 40. So it's 32. So we're looking at 132, I guess. That's right. Angles, okay. What angles are not necessarily shown to scale. I was about to automatically read that. What is the measure of x? Okay, this is a 90 degrees, so 76 minus 90. Well, 70 minus 90 is 20. And then minus 6 is 14. Look at that. Cool. Feels pretty good. Again, like, I couldn't, like 2 years ago, I could not have done that mental math. Well, maybe I could have, but I would have been very anxious about it. And now, thanks to Khan Academy, I don't have that problem anymore. So complementary and supplementary angles. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, this is a little tricky. X and Y are supplementary angles. Y measures 97. What is the measure of X? So supplementary are equal to 180 degrees. So 180 minus 97. Oh, yeah, what's that? Okay. Well, we can break that down. So, well, it's sort of like 100 minus 17, right? At that point, yeah. And then 100 minus 17. Well, 100 minus 10 is 90. And then minus 7 is 83. So is that 83? We okay? Yeah, mental math. Yay. And what is the measure of B? B, B, B. B, 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 B. Oh, A and B are complementary angles. Complementary. Right. That's 90 degrees. A measures 22, so 90 minus 22. 90 minus 20 is 70. Minus 2 is 68. Pretty sure that's correct. Yes. And X and Y are supplementary angles. Y measures 142. Supplementary. So total is 180. 80 minus 42. 80 minus 42. Well, 80 minus 40 is 40. Take away an additional 2, that's 38. So 38 degrees. Hey. What is the measure of B? A and B are complementary angles. A measures 64. Complementary, that's 90. 90 minus 60 is 30. Take away an additional 4. That's 26. Yeah, 26. 26 degrees, my friend. X and Y are supplementary angles. Y measures 33. Okay, supplementary, that's 180, right? Yeah, 180. So you make these associations in your head by doing these practice exercises. And, someday this might be useful. I hope. Or at least it will be useful for understanding more complex mathematics later on. Math is really interesting. It seems to sort of stack on top of each other very nicely, like the skills. So, you use the basic skills to learn more advanced skills, and then it's just this really nice structure of learning. Anyway, back to it. So X and Y are supplementary angles. Y measures 33. Okay. Supplementary, that's 180. So 33 minus 180, well, 180 minus 30 is 150. So yeah, we're looking at 147. Let's minus an additional 2. There we go. Okay. Not too bad. And then, what is the measure of B? A and B are complementary angles. That means they're 90. So, 90 minus 20 is 70. Minus 8 is 62. Cool. Yay. Measure X and Y are supplementary angles. Y measures 116. Okay. Supplementary, that's 180. So once more, 80 minus 16. Well, 80 minus 10 is 70. And just take away an additional 6, that's 64. So 64 degrees. Hey, look at that. Yay. Okay, job well done. Alright, I have about 10 minutes, so let's see if I can just blast through these last two. Okay. Vertical angles. Is X greater than or less than or equal to 139? Okay, yeah, so this is a funny thing. Before I started studying math on this website, well, actually, I was also using another website called The Math Page, which is also really good. Although they don't have these gamified sort of exercises. When I was studying, before I studied math, I constantly got these symbols mixed up. Now I don't, because I have a good way to remember them. So if you're like me and you confused these symbols, you just remember that. And again, like, this is really like, you're supposed to learn this stuff in elementary school, but I didn't. And, it's so obvious in hindsight, but, the greater than has like a larger gap between the lines there. So whatever is being pointed to is less. This is, less than, and this is greater than. It just makes a lot of sense. But it just never occurred to me before until I started studying here. Anyway, okay, so is x greater than or equal to? Greater than, less than, or equal to? Well, it looks about the same, so I don't even really need to do calculations for this. I'll probably just guess it. Yeah, there you go. Is x greater than, less than, or equal to 110? Again, equal to, because they are, oh man, I can't even remember the terminology, but they're these ones that are stuck together and have the same vertex. They have the same vertex. All right. Okay. So this is a bit trickier. Is x greater than or less than or equal to 125? It looks like it's greater than. X is greater than 125. Very important to know if you want to do coding. Greater than and less than signs. Is x greater than or less than 73? Well, just looking at it, it seems to be about the same. No, but it's not. Yeah, see, so you actually have to do some calculations here. I'm gonna say less than, though. Yeah, looks slightly smaller, but almost imperceptibly, to me anyway. I don't know, maybe you're seeing this and you think, oh, it's so obvious. Okay. Let's just do this again really quickly. Yeah, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that it's x is less than 70. No, maybe this is the exact same one I just did. Is x greater or less than looks? Ooh, I'm going to say equal. Yeah, okay. Again, like, it's really just my lack of confidence in my own abilities that is kind of the mental block here. And that's again why I'm doing this easy math, is so I can realize that yes, I can actually do this without that much difficulty. Okay, that's definitely greater than. Pretty obvious. Oh, and x is definitely less than here. You can just tell by looking at it. Alright, so this will be the last one today. I got about 7 minutes before I gotta stop. So show us what you can do. What is the relationship between A and B? Oh, okay. They're complementary. Yeah. Cool. What is the relationship between A and B? Well, CZA is a straight line, so they're probably supplementary, right? I don't think they're vertical. No. Yeah. Okay. What's the relationship between A and B? Well, DAE and BAE are definitely not 180, and they're definitely not 90 combined. So, none of the above? Yeah. Okay, B and A, these are definitely vertical angles. And I guess they're called vertical because they share the same vertex, maybe? I don't know. I'm guessing. Could be the case. There was a video I watched about this where they probably explained it, and I just zoned out. I'll have to look at that again, or maybe not. maybe I won't. Okay. And then this is 90 degrees, so these are complementary. And we got two more questions. Almost done here. What is the relationship between A and B? They don't appear to... yeah, okay, well... Oh no, yeah, I guess they're supplementary, right? Because APB is a straight line. Yeah, there we go. And A and B, I think has no, well, it has a relationship obviously, but it's not any one of the ones that I've previously learned about. Look at that. Perfection. All right. Well, I better stop because I'm out of time. I gotta go to work. That's right, work. Oh yes, that thing you have to do to get sustenance and support your lifestyle and all that stuff. So okay, so we'll stop there. Next time, next time we'll take a look at angles between intersecting lines, and we'll finish off this section with the unit test, and we'll see what lies in store in the next unit. But this is pretty exciting. Anyway, see y'all later.